Tippy time, my damies, Topcat here and welcome back to the channel. Coming into Season of the Wish, if you had told me that the Warlock would have the strongest glaive build, I would have called you a liar. However, this strand Warlock also identifies as a Solar and Void lock, and boy is it strong. We have access to Cure, Restoration and Radiant, Overshields on tap, both Sever and Unraveling, and the poor bastards can't even fight back as they are hoisted up in those gimp ropes. Make sure to thumb it if you like it. There's a dim link of my build in the description below. That said, it all begins with the Karnstein armlets. Our melees, glaive melees and finisher final blows instantly grant Cure and provide restoration for a short duration. Cure makes us unkillable for about half a second. Why so short? This is primarily here to give that restoration time to push that health bar back up. When it comes to glaving, living to me is more valuable than the damage options like the Winter's Guile. I made this build originally so I could solo farm that Coil Nightfall. Standard glaive attacks give us that restoration times 1, but finishers will actually give us restoration times 2. So sneak one of those in, then we can continue to chain this indefinitely, killing inside that 8-second window. For my money, the best glaive for it was the Excalibur. Not only does it have those chunky projectiles to take full advantage of that 25% velocity buff, we can now melee to projectile in 0.2 of a second down from 0.7, and these projectiles have a 20% damage buff. And now our shield passively charges. So when we enter into an engagement, we block to gain an overshield, and we just need a slither of this, as kills are going to give us a full overshield. And this is the same on every kill afterwards. Every kill, full overshield. Perpetual Loophole is then going to buff our melee damage, going from 19k a hit to 23k a hit. With the basics covered, there is an easy 5-step method to use and build upon. Number 1, we activate our Rift. This will proc our Reaper mod, which now has a 10-second window to get a weapon kill and create an orb of power. Number 2, using Mindspun Invocation, we consume our Shackle Grenade to activate Weaver's Trance. This is active for 25 seconds. Final blows, we create a Suspending Blast. This makes melee fights a lot safer as we can pick our target, and despite standing at the doorsteps of an army, it's just a series of 1v1s. Number 3, Arcane Needle is going to apply Unraveling Particles. The more we damage our targets, the more these swarm. They bounce around from target to target, doing damage, and by the time you're chopped through the battlefield, all that remains is the green mist. I also run Continuity to extend the Unravel Particles duration. This also extends our Suspension and Sever, of which we're using both. Number 4 is to not forget to use that finisher to get that restoration times 2. Then we can continue to chain it with our melee kills. Number 5, step circles back to that Reaper Orb we created at step 1. We collect it, and with Threat of Warding, this will give us Woven Mail for 10 seconds. Now Woven Mail did take a small hit, going from 55 damage resist to 45, but that's still tons. I honestly thought this nerf might have been a little bit bigger. And with Cure times 3, Restoration times 2, Overshield plus Woven Mail, this glaive build is the first, in my opinion, that can truly conquer all levels of activities. And Wisdom will continue to feed us those orbs on suspension kills till we have that Rift energy back to plant another Reaper one. The Wanderer aspect will help feed that orb loop. Tangles you throw attach to targets and detonate a suspending burst. Also, destroying a tangle also creates a suspension burst. This combined with Mindspun Invocation give me the ability to stun unstops. It's a reliable enough source to not run champ stuns on my weapons, giving me more freedom on my weapon loadout. I always run Evolution on my Brood Weavers, as it's an extra 100k plus to my super damage. And in the artifact this season we also have the Horde Shuttle perk. When we damage unraveled targets with a weapon, this occasionally spawns a thread link. With 3 melees you should have plenty of unraveling, but if you are short, we're also using unraveling orbs in the artifact. we pick up an orb of power, and for 8 seconds our strand weapons shoot unraveling rounds. This season I'll be using the scatter signal in dungeons and raids. It has slice to add yet another debuff to our kit, and I've got a 460 charge time with controlled burst, tons and tons of damage. My lethal abundance also rocks slice to debuff our targets by 40%, and I'll be using this to deal with those pesky overload champions. Flint Striker in the artifact will also give us radiant whenever we get rapid precision hits or final blows with our solar weapons. This way the glaive build will keep us alive so we can still pump out that boss damage. Pause here for my mods or check the dim link in the description below, but make sure to smash that thumbs before you do. I'm running a stat boosters build and a surge build combined. My stats are 40, 90, 100, 90, 40, 100. This build is nuts, guys. It literally has everything and the kitchen sink. We've got great super damage, great heavy weapon damage, and we can clear all the adds and stay alive very, very easily. I'll be taking this into Grandmaster's for sure. But I would love to hear your feedback in the comments down below. Make sure to sub it if you're new, and as always, tappy time, my damies. What a time.